Kat Von D, eat your heart out, baby. I try so hard. Hello, sober warriors, or just warriors. If you're new to my channel, welcome. This is a safe space where I talk about mental illness, sobriety, etc. Basically things that people don't really want to talk about. So yeah, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about depression, which is such a fun topic. And yeah, I didn't really plan out this video or anything, so I'm just going to be talking to you as if you were here with me. So, if you find yourself in a bit of a rut and you have symptoms of depression, first of all, I just want to let you know that you're not alone. And literally, I think it's 22% of Canadians have been diagnosed with depression, which is actually a lot. I'm not sure what the statistics are like for other places in the world, but I am Canadian, so I just thought I'd look that statistic up. But yeah, I mean, first of all, I feel like if you're not sober and you maybe have a problem with drinking, drugs, whatever, that's gonna make your depression even worse. And that's gonna make all of your mental health issues even worse. And alcohol is a depressant, so I think since I got sober about 16 months ago, my depression has decreased a lot. Like, I'm able to get out of bed and brush my teeth and brush my hair and put makeup on and function like a person, which is good, because I think when you're in it and when you're in that depression, you don't want to get out of bed, you don't want to brush your hair, you don't want to do basic things to take care of yourself, and I think drugs and alcohol makes that so much worse. I think when you're feeling like you're stuck, the best thing to do, which is also easier said than done, is to get out of bed. When you wake up, no matter what time you wake up at, just get out of bed. Get out of bed and brush your teeth, wash your face. It kind of start your day off doing little things for yourself, because that's going to set the foundation for the rest of your day. So yes, it's hard. I know from experience that it's really hard. And if you didn't make it out of bed today, that's okay too. But I really want to give you guys tips on how I managed to get out of bed and how I managed to kind of function. Right now, actually, my foot is like this. And I have an air cast now. I'm recovering from surgery. So now would be kind of a very easy time for me to fall back into my depression and to feel sorry for myself and to curl up in a ball and not do anything. But I'm not doing that. I am waking up, I am getting out of bed, I am doing self-care activities, I'm listening to music and dancing around my room as much as I can with my foot issue. Even if that's just swaying back and forth. I'm listening to music that makes me happy, even though it's really usually cringy, old school, emo throwbacks and whatnot. Because I know what makes me happy, and I think I deserve to provide that happiness to myself. And I can't tell you what makes you happy because I don't know you. But I can tell you what works for me, and I can hope that someone out there gets something from these videos. I'm also going through a breakup. My ex-boyfriend and I broke up, I don't even know, 3 weeks ago, and I'm pretty much over it. I can see how we weren't compatible at all, and we wanted different things out of life, and that's okay. But the point I'm trying to make is literally right now I am recovering from surgery, going through a breakup, not able to work right now because of this surgery thing. But I'm doing school online, I'm waking up, I'm participating in activities which I will recommend to you guys, for instance, There's a website called meetups.com, and right now everything is mostly virtual because of COVID. And that's great for people like me that are recovering from surgery, but also like pretty shy and introverted around new people. I find it a lot easier, like just from my own experience, to do Zoom meetings online with other writers, for example. It was really fun. So if you know what you like to do, try to get yourself to do it. I'm open to exploring new hobbies all the time. I'm trying to get into knitting, but it's kind of difficult when you don't have someone to teach you. But I've been watching YouTube videos. I think discovering what you like to do that isn't destroying your body is a great thing. And I know how hard it is to not want to not destroy yourself every day by engaging in problem behaviors like binge drinking, drug use, self-harm in other ways. I totally understand. And that's why, I'm speaking from lived experience. And I think therapy is super important. I realize not everyone is in a position where they can afford therapy, but there's a lot of free therapy if you're in Canada. I live in Toronto, so I'm really lucky because there's a lot of peer support groups. If you're trying to get sober or have a problem with drugs and alcohol, there are AA and NA. That's not my biggest thing, but it's there if you need it, and you can take what you kind of need from it. I have a social worker who I speak to once a week who specializes in addictions counseling, and he's been really helpful, and I don't pay anything for him, so there are things that are covered. There are sessions you can get, psychotherapy. Usually there's a limit for how many free sessions you get, but take advantage of it if it's there. For people who struggle with depression and anxiety, PTSD, stuff like that, I really recommend cognitive behavioral therapy as well as dialectical behavioral therapy. Even just research it on your own if you can't afford a therapist and you can't find one, which for DBT is really hard to find like a free therapist, because that's a very it's kind of like a newer therapy. But buy books about it and research it and learn what it is and try to apply it to your life. And I know this is all easier said than done, and that's why this is the kind of thing you should do when you're having a good day, so that in preparation for the bad days, I think some of the best advice that I ever received is to treat yourself like a child. Treat yourself like you would a child. Nurture yourself. Be the parent that you might have never had. Or be a better parent than your parents were, I think myself, I was neglected a lot growing up, and now I'm very aware of that, and I used to drink my feelings away about it, and I used to try to make myself forget and numb it out, but that's never gonna work. If anything, it just bottles it up inside, and then you're gonna explode. And this might look like different things for different people. But getting sober and facing your feelings and writing about it is another activity that I really suggest you do. It really works well for depression. Just write everything out. You don't have to show anyone. You don't have to post it anywhere. Just write all your feelings out. If you're not much of a writer, maybe try doing something more visual, like create a collage out of how you're feeling that day and kind of analyze it versus how you would like to feel. If you're an artist, that's great. Do that. I'm not. But yeah, do something creative that's going to get your feelings out in a healthy way. That's what I would definitely recommend. But if you're in a crisis and you find yourself at the end of your rope, please call a distress line. There are people that will be there for you. Your friends and family, someone. But there are so many things I could say about depression and how I've struggled with it. And we all have bad days. But remember, it's just a bad day. It's not a bad life. And try not to compare your life with other people. I think everyone gets in the habit of doing that. Like, I do that. You know, I see friends of mine on Facebook getting married and having kids, and I'm like, oh my god. Like, I'm just kind of sitting here, like, stuck, or so I feel. But what is that feeling doing for me? Absolutely nothing. It's just making me feel like garbage. So try not to play the comparison game. Try to catch your delusional thinking patterns, you know? And it's hard. And if you're watching this video right now, congratulations, because you literally battle your mind every day, and it's exhausting. And if you're doing it sober, you are a badass motherfucker. Like me. And if anyone ever needs any help, please message me on here. I think there's a way to do that. If you go to my YouTube, if you go to the actual channel, I think there's a messaging feature, maybe. If not, just comment down below. Tell me your email or something. And if you want to keep it anonymous, just delete the comment after I see it, and I will be happy to talk to you. I'm not a licensed counselor. I'm in school studying to become a counselor because I really want to help people and make a difference in the world. So yeah, don't use me as a substitute for someone who is a licensed counselor, but I just wanted to put that out there, because helping others is one of the things that help me as well. It's not entirely selfless, because I feel like when I help other people, it helps me too. So, because everyone wants to feel like they have a purpose in life, and right now you might not feel that way, but you know, that saying, this too shall pass, it's so corny and cliche, but I really believe in it. And I think that's why these cliche things are out there. Like, that's why people are so familiar with them, because they work. And this too shall pass. Like, it's true. And I think another great tool is writing out like a gratitude list. What you're grateful for really helps, and it's been like scientifically proven to boost your mood and your energy. So like, I definitely like to write gratitude lists sometimes, and sometimes it looks as simple as, I'm grateful that I have a roof over my head. I'm grateful that I ate today. I'm grateful that I'm in school. I'm grateful that I'm not dead in a ditch somewhere. Like, yeah, that's another great tool. Sorry, this is like all over the place, as usual. But yeah, I really just want you guys to know that you're not alone, and there are so many people struggling with these kind of problems, and I think that these kind of things should be talked about more, and, you know, raising awareness for mental health issues to defeat the stigma for mental health is something I'm so passionate about. I find it ridiculous that people don't take it seriously, and they say it's all in your head, and, you know, it's just very demoralizing to think of it that way. And, you know, a lot of us that struggle with anxiety and depression and whatever, like, there is a chemical imbalance in our head. So there is a physical problem, which a lot of us take medication for, and that's okay. Like, we are human, we are worthy, we deserve to feel good about ourselves, and we deserve to do it in a way that is not destroying ourselves, like with binge drinking and doing drugs and cutting ourselves or purging or something like that, you know. We deserve to develop healthy coping mechanisms, and that takes time, but it's so fucking worth it, I promise you. And not every day is gonna be awesome. You're gonna have some really bad days. Last night before I went to bed, I discovered a bunch of pictures and videos that were on my phone that I didn't know were there, and it was all me binge drinking and doing cocaine, and it was really triggering to see myself like that. But I went to bed and I dealt with, like, I just slept it off. I woke up and I can think rationally now that hours have gone by, and I can see, like, that's not who I am today. And you are better than the worst thing that you've ever done, even if you don't feel that way. I fucking promise you. You know, and if people are gonna judge you and hold your past against you, then all they're doing is showing you that they don't deserve to be in your life. And I love it when the trash takes itself out. I love it because I don't have to do any work. If they don't want to be in my life, they take themselves out of my life, awesome. Like, that saves me from having to do it. If you need to cut ties with people, it's hard, but just think about who is improving your life and who isn't. Who is gonna grow with you. You know, 16 months ago, I would have never hung out with someone sober or someone like me. I wanted to surround myself with people that were on the same page as me, that wanted to kill themselves, that fucking, like, debauchery was their number one goal. Those are the kind of people I want to hang out with, and I wouldn't want to be friends with that girl right now. So there are probably people in your life that you want to cut off, people that are not helping your depression or your anxiety or your problems. And it's okay to be selfish, because you are the most important person in your life, and that's just the way it is. And that's okay, and don't let people tell you any different. And this video is all over the place. I was trying to talk about depression, and then I'm talking about drinking and drug. It kind of all, like, intertwines. But yeah, like, please just use this as, like, a pep talk or kind of thing. I know I don't have that many subscribers on here, and my goal isn't to have that many subscribers. My goal is for people to see these videos and think to themselves, oh, I'm not alone. Like, someone else understands exactly how I'm feeling, and they've combated certain things that I'm trying to combat. And that's what I want from this. My old YouTube channel, Corn Rebel 29, I cannot access it. So I'm hoping people from that channel will see these videos and see, like, oh, she's doing good right now in her life. And you know, because I think it's important to see the transition. You know, one of the very first videos I made on YouTube, I was talking about social phobia, and I was not really past my social phobia at all, and I was, like, reading a paper, like, or reading my laptop screen, and I was, like, not looking at the camera, and I was talking about how going to school was, like, terrifying for me. And all of those feelings were so real for me at that time. And then with exposure therapy, like, I'm talking to you guys right now, and, like, I'm not trembling, I'm not sweating, my heart's not racing. Like, things do get better. Things will get better for you. Just take the little steps, and it's so fucking worth it. I promise. Seriously. Yeah, so this was just like an all over the place pep talk kind of thing, and with certain skills that you can do. I also recommend you buy this book. It's like a self-love workbook. I've been writing in it and doing the activities and the exercises, and it's really super helpful. I got it from Amazon. I'll post the link to it down below. Super helpful. And if you can't afford it right now, just look up self-love exercises on Google or YouTube or whatever, and just try to do certain activities to boost your self-esteem and your self-love, because you are worth it, I promise. Anyways, that's it for today. I just wanted to hop on and say that. But yeah, I hope everyone has a lovely sober day, and I will talk to you again soon. Until then, as always, take care of yourself. Bye.